guys, welcome to my channel. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Chelsea and thank you so much for clicking on my video. So as you can see from the title, today's video is what's in my bag. This is a really like 2018 type of video. This is the beloved bag that I have been carrying the past few weeks. This is actually from Teddy Blake, New York. And we have to talk about them. Teddy Blake, New York is an affordable luxury brand that makes their beautiful pieces using premium Italian leather. With the best of the best Italian designers. Any style that you're looking for, they have it. So this is the bag that they sent me, and this is in this beautiful brown color. If you're looking at this bag and you think that's pretty but I'd like to see other styles they have, let me tell you guys, there is so many different styles. Actually, this is how I found out about Teddy Blake, New York. I remember the first time I heard about them was like in, I think either 2020 or 2021, I can't remember. The reason why I heard about them was because one of their bags looks like a Birkin. So if you don't have 20,000 pounds to throw away, please check them out. So this is the box that it came in. It says Teddy Blake, New York on the top, and when you open it, designer handbags made in Italy, as I've told you guys. Each Teddy Blake handbag has been made with you in mind to be an extension of your unique style and flatter your every fashion choice. And this is why I'm telling you, any style you can think of when it comes to bags, they have it. It came in this dust bag. This is how you know they made business. This is how you know they made luxury. For about $500, you get this beautiful piece. Let's get into what's in the bag. When you open the bag, it has two different compartments and a little pocket on the inside as well. I don't know if you guys can actually see that properly. But yeah, I tried to organize it for you guys. It's not always organized like this, but let's get into it. So we'll start with the first compartment. And the first thing I have in my bag is a power bank. I had to learn the hard way. So I had bought this power bank like quite a while ago. And one time I went to Birmingham and I was going to be there for 3 nights and 4 days. So at that time I was working, so I finished work. It was the weekend. I came home, quickly packed, and I left the house. I forgot to carry my charger, and I was carrying a tiny ass bag that could only fit my phone and my card holder, so that like I didn't even have space for anything else. And in my mind I was thinking I've carried my charger, so I don't need to carry my power bank. I get to Birmingham. I'm supposed to be there for 3 nights. I have envisioned I'm gonna take pictures, I'm gonna create content for Instagram, and I have forgotten everything. No charger, no power bank. I said not again. Tiny useless bag that I had carried couldn't even fit this, and now I had to buy a new power bank and an extension, because the extension that comes with the power bank is normally for Android, so I had to get an iPhone one. Nah, never again. So I had to grow up and learn to carry bags that can actually fit solid things, because we have no time for stupidity. Anyway, so the power bank. And then the next thing is just the extension for the power bank. And also having this around is also important just by itself, because sometimes if my power bank is dead, I can still just use this by itself to actually charge my phone, because a lot of sockets will have like a USB plug-in that you can use to charge your phone. Then the next thing that I have in my bag is my AirPods. I have another story time for the AirPods. One time I had forgotten my AirPods and I was going to London, and I was going to be traveling by myself. So Loughborough to London is about an hour and a half, and I was going to get my hair done and I had forgotten my AirPods. When I tell you I wanted to die and resurrect for 3 days like Jesus, I mean it. Because if I leave the house without my AirPods, I'll just die. Anyway, this is an essential to me. I would rather die than leave the house without my AirPods. Then the next thing in my bag is my hand cream and my cuticle oil. I cannot leave the house without this too. Like, first of all, if you know, you know. If you normally get your nails done, like especially if you get acrylic done, you know how nasty the cuticles start looking, once the nails start growing out, cuticle oil is your answer. And then hand cream is just essential. You just can't be walking around having dry, crusty ass hands. You have to take care of your hands. And this hand cream that I use, actually, I've been using this for about 3 years and I honestly will never change. I don't think I ever will. And this one is the Neutrogena Norwegian formula, and it's also unscented. I love this is literally the perfect combination. This cuticle oil, I just got it from Amazon. It's just a random cuticle oil. Honestly, any type of oil that you can just use, even if it's baby oil, as long as you can get like a container that you can put the baby oil in, just have something for your cuticles. Got the Neutrogena from Tesco. You can get this from anywhere. I think even from Amazon you can get this. And the cuticle oil, as I've said, is from Amazon. Then the next thing in the bag is hand sanitizer. I actually got this purely for the aesthetics. My mom saw this hand sanitizer and she was like, so do you carry this like a handbag, like because it has like a handle? And I was like, Mom, surely expect me to be walking around like this? Nah, like this is literally just for the aesthetics. But in as much as we're acting like COVID is over, COVID is still here. She's still alive. And honestly, people are nasty. Especially if you use public transport, please just have some hand sanitizer with you because... And then the next thing in the bag is some dental floss. So actually, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've not always been flossing my teeth. I actually started flossing my teeth like 2 months ago. And it's because I just really wanted to start taking care of my teeth and my gums, because I don't want to be doing certain things and then when I'm older I'm having trouble with my teeth because I didn't start certain habits when I was younger. So I'm really struggling to remain consistent with flossing, but we are trying. The effort is what matters. Anyway, we have some floss. Then the next thing, the last thing in the first compartment is my sunglasses. These are my favorite sunglasses, just black, square, normal. I got this from ASOS like 2 years ago. It's actually useful for me right now because I actually wear contact lenses, so I can actually use my sunglasses and see. Because I used to wear sunglasses and I couldn't see a thing because I'm freaking short-sighted. So now they're relevant. So I have them in my bag. So now let's move to the second compartment. The second compartment, the first thing that I have is my phone. My phone is not always on my bag. Sometimes I'll probably have it on my hand, but yeah, my phone is here, just my normal phone. And then the next thing, is this case that you use to put like an extra pad in there. So I have an extra pad in here. I don't really wear pads, I prefer to use tampons, but then I like to have this around with me, especially when I'm out at night. If I'm out at night, and especially if I'm drinking, sometimes I might come back home and then I just black out. So if I black out and I'm wearing a tampon, like I can't be sleeping wearing my tampon. So I just have to always make sure that I have this. So I'll change probably just before I leave the club or whatever I am into the pad, so that when I come back home and I end up blacking out, I'm fine. And then as normal, have some extra tampons. Then this is just some extra contact lenses. So I like to carry this around because most of the time I will have my glasses on, but then if I get somewhere and I think actually for this I want to wear my contact lenses, at least I can just have them in my bag. So yeah, just extra contact lenses. And then some wet wipes. So these ones are actually makeup wipes. I don't always have makeup wipes in my bag, to be honest. What I normally always have is feminine wipes, but I actually finished my feminine wipes, so I need to stock up on the feminine wipe. Had some remaining makeup wipes, so that's why they're in my bag, but normally I will have my feminine wipes. I don't use this for down there, like this is just for makeup. Don't get it twisted. Like this is not like a substitute or something. don't do that. And then some tissue, you know, yeah, just tissue. And then some chewing gum, just some normal chewing gum, because we're not going to be out here with some hot ass breath. I don't always like chewing because I get a headache from chewing. So what I normally have actually is some Listerine, which as you can see I have finished. So I have this travel size Listerine, and I just like to carry this around, especially if I go out for dinner or something, because after eating, especially something that has garlic and onions, please, I will not be out and about smelling like garlic and onions, because I know that I judge people when they have a hot ass breath. So I don't want to be out here being judged the same way I judge people who have nasty breath. So please, I always have this in my bag just to, you know, quickly freshen up my mouth if I don't want to be chewing for too long. Yeah. Then the next thing in the bag is my card holder. You know, it just has all my cards in there. I don't really carry like an actual like wallet that you know open and it has all these compartments and it's too big. No, I don't really do that. And I also hardly ever have cash with me. So just my card. Got this card holder from ASOS. It's from Monkey, but I got it from ASOS. As you can see on there, it says Monkey. And yeah, just a simple card holder. And then a pen. I feel like I grew up seeing all the women in my life having a pen in their bag, so I just thought, let me just throw a pen in there. But I've never actually been in a situation where I needed to use a pen. Maybe I need to start signing more contracts physically. But yeah, a pen. And then in regards to makeup, I don't really carry around like lots of makeup in my bag because I never actually touch up my makeup. But the first thing that I have in regards to makeup is my lip gloss, and this one is from Revolution. It's the Pout Bomb Plumping Lip Gloss with vitamin E, and it's in the shade Cookie. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Every single time people meet me in person, they always ask me what lip gloss I'm wearing, and this is my favorite lip gloss. Like, I swear, but I love this lip gloss so much, and it's actually really cheap. It's like $4.99 or maybe $5.99. I can't really remember exactly, but it's like it's quite cheap, to be honest. And then this is the lip liner that I use, and this one is the Morphe in Date Night. And then this one is just concealer that is a shade lighter than my skin tone, so I tend to use this one especially when I don't have any makeup on and I just quickly need to look like I have woken up. And this one is from KVD Beauty. I actually got this from a PR package. Actual concealer that I use like when I have a full face of makeup is the Born This Way concealer, but then that one is like 2 shades lighter than my skin tone, and I don't like to use that when I don't have makeup on because I kind of feel like it looks too bright and sudden. So this one that's just 1 shade lighter is just perfect for me. And that's really it when it comes to makeup, honestly. I don't really carry anything else. And then we're actually about to finish. I thought I had lots of things in here. And the next thing I have in my bag is some Nurofen. I normally get terrible cramps. Sometimes I get migraines. I just always have to have some form of medication in my bag because I don't want to be out and about and I'm in pain somehow and I can't really get medication. So this is Nurofen, and this one's in about 10 to 30 minutes you're good. So these are my favorite ones, and these ones are the liquid capsule ones. And especially if you get terrible cramps, I would highly recommend the Nurofen liquid capsules. I'm not a health practitioner, so I can't really tell you what to do, but like if you're looking to just quickly get rid of the pain, I would highly recommend the Nurofen. These ones are the Nurofen Express liquid capsules, and they are ibuprofen as well. Then the second last thing that I have in my bag is some perfumes, some pocket perfumes. Oh, this one is actually done. This one is the Maison Margiela replica by the fireplace. So I actually have the full bottle of this, so when I'm out I like to just quickly, you know, touch up a bit, so that's why it's basically gone. And then the next one that I have is the Maison Margiela Jazz Club. This is my second favorite and I've used like half of it. And then this one is the Springtime in a Park. This one is quite, you know, fresh. It literally is springtime in a park. Like, it's it smells very like you've showered, and it smells very, you know, very springy, very I'm walking out and I'm looking at bright flowers and things like that. Yeah, so those are the 3 perfumes that I have. And then the last thing that I have in my bag is just some extra hair ties, which always get lost, and I'm always having to add some extra ones, but I feel like every girl needs to have some extra hair ties in their bag. And that completes the video. The bag is empty, we are done. So before we finish talking about the bag, on the inside, I think it's suede, if I'm not wrong, but like it's really soft. It just feels so comfortable, guys. If you're looking to build a designer collection and you don't know where to start, or you probably don't have the money to be spending 2,000, 3,000 on a bag, please, I highly recommend Teddy Blay. And once again, I want to give a huge shout out to them for sending me this beautiful bag. But anyway, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you guys so much for 10,000 subscribers. I think right now I'm even at 11,000 if I'm not wrong. I think I'm gonna check, but yeah, I think I'm at 11,000 if I'm not wrong. But yeah, thank you guys so much for the support. I honestly love you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next one. Bye.
Give me a run for my money. There's nobody that want to run me.